So you've heard about this new survival game that definitely doesn't have creatures in it that look like Pokemon? Well, you can capture them and exploit them for their labor. As long as no one gives them guns, they'll do all the gathering for you. However, this game doesn't explain to you which creatures you want to start with, so that's why I made this video. Without any further rambling, here are the top 5 pals to catch at the beginning of Pal World. Spawning into another survival world. There's nothing quite like punching trees to pass the time. And we'll use all this wood that we gathered up to make a nice beating stick. And that'll be perfect for making our first friend. You'll see lots of chickens and walking balls of wool. You're gonna either want to ignore them or unalive them. Instead, find a Cativa, walk up and give it a whack with your stick. Once it's close to being unconscious, you'll want to tap Q to toss out a pal sphere in order to capture it. These productive felines can cut through stone with their claws. After they break the boulders, they will pick up the rocks and palenium to carry it back to a chest for you. At a glance, they may appear full of confidence, but in reality, they are actually very weak and cowardly. Being toyed with by one of these creatures is in many ways the greatest of disgraces. The second pal you'll want to find makes quite the splash. The feathers of this pal have all but disappeared, but sadly its desire to fly has remained stronger than ever. Even now, it tries to fly in any way that it can. Don't get cold feet while you're looking for a penguin. These eager penguins will hop all over your base and pick up resources, help you build and craft. More importantly, they are essential to farming and being a water supply for your grinder. Number 3 won't be the flashiest pal to have around, but it will save you a ton of time and resources. You want to find and catch it as soon as possible. While traveling around your world, have you ever noticed random pal spheres laying on the ground? That's most likely because a Vixie was somewhere nearby and recently had dug it up. These are the idol of Palpagos Island. If you bully a Vixie, you best be prepared to become the enemy of everyone, and for good reason too. Having these fellas in a pen will result in them digging up those pal spheres at your base, as well as arrows and other resources as a bonus. Just make sure to put a box by them so that your penguillets don't have to travel all over the place to store those spheres. By now, you'll probably have quite the base, but you're definitely tired of chopping down trees. Our number 2 pal will help you out with this, but it is also the hardest one to catch on this list. Eikthyr deer love smashing their heads against trees as much as they love their antlers. And you'll love how fast it gathers wood. But no pal would hold the number 2 slot just for gathering wood. They are incredibly powerful in battle, and you can put a saddle on them to traverse the map much faster. Before I get to number 1, I'm gonna take a second to catch my breath and ask you to subscribe. I appreciate it so much, and as a small channel, it tells me that this is the type of content that I need to make more of. And if you want more of it, you know what to do. Number 1 is actually gonna be a tie between 2 small, green, gun-loving nut jobs. And it's not cheating to have a tie between 2 of them, because they're both at the number 1 position for the exact same reason. The only difference between them is late game stuff. Both of them build and craft, but the most important thing that the Lithmonk and the Tansy do that are critical for you are farm. They are literally the source of food for all of your pals. It also helps that they both chop trees, but the best part about them is that later in the game, they both can have guns. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash that like button. Here are some other videos of mine that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, and have a wonderful day.